Right. Welcome to Wise Up on Air. Great to be here today. Hope folks are excited. We're going to talk about prioritizing what's important in Midnight Murder Club and in game audio in general. My name is Damian Kaspauer. I'm a software product manager here at Audiokinetic. And let's go talking about some of the things coming up as part of Wise, our 25th anniversary this year. Hope that folks have jumped into our YouTube channel and checked out the double documentary we dropped on Audiokinetic and Wise. Some great stuff in there from folks who have been with the company for a long time, talking about origin stories and history. It's a fantastic deep dive from folks. Good to see y'all in the chat. Thanks for queuing up for this presentation. We are nearing the end of our 25.1 summer of beta leading up to the full release this fall, so stay tuned. And right now, you can get your hands on Beta 3. A ton of features in the box for you to get your hands on across all of the areas of Wise, user experience, spatial audio, our core technologies and integrations. Check out what's new on our 25.1 blog. And dig into the live streams that we've been doing over the summer, features, deep dives on our media pool and similar sound search features, side chaining and multiband dynamics, as well as our acoustics features, the new dual shelf filter and settings toolbar for the game object 3D view. And we've got an exciting developer hands-on coming up later this month with our integrations team. So stay tuned for the announce on that. Get subscribed across our Twitch and YouTube channels and jump in there. Install the beta from the Audiokinetic launcher. Take the survey. We're out here listening, actively seeking that feedback so we can drive your ideas and thoughts about this release back into future updates. Get signed up if you've got your hands and ears on the media pool and similar sound search. We're pulling together some focus groups to talk more about your experience with this new view in Wise and new set of features for your runtime and authoring workflows. And report any bugs. Jump over to our Wise community Q&A or contact support if you have other thoughts about what's in the box. And that will lead us right up to our full release this fall. We've got one more feature in the box that we're excited to talk more about. So be sure to tune in when we announce the Wise Expo for 2025.1. We're going to take a kind of different path this year for it. So you want to get that on your calendar and line up for that when it is scheduled. And let's talk a bit about Strata, our library in multi-track format. We've been out here talking about all of what Strata provides for sound designers, from an educational lens on expertly crafted Reaper projects, these multi-layered, multi-dimensional sound design extravaganzas, really. And we just dropped Strata sample number 4. It's a new free multi-track sound effects collection. You can use it in your projects. And Strata Sample 4 is focused on high-resolution weapon sounds pulled from World War I firearms, pistols, shotguns, and this adds to the samples that are available to you to try out. And again, use as part of your projects. So jump in and give Strata a try. And we've been out there in the community. It's been exciting this fall. We had Automotive World in China that our team over there attended. They had a great setup talking about Wwise Automotive and introducing folks to the technology they're running in electric vehicles. We've got the Wwise Tour coming up next week in Montreal as part of the Montreal Independent Games Summit. Going to be a fantastic time. This is a free to attend conference experience. So if you're in Montreal or traveling to the area, jump over there and give that your attention. It's going to be great. We have a bunch of folks signed up to give presentations about their use of Wwise, folks from Split Fiction, Eternal Strands, and others who will be sharing their experience with Wwise in games. If you're interested in going deeper on some of the features of Wwise, we have 2 workshops coming up. One focused on Wwise spatial audio acoustics in Unity and managing multilingual dialogue with Wwise. Get signed up for those and go deep with our workshop specialists. Meanwhile, we've been out here on Wwise Up on Air delivering beta-related features overviews, as well as a recent Wwise Up on Air with the developer behind the game Heading Out, which was a fantastic deep dive into this road trip game focused on vehicle engines, dialogue, interactive music, and really just great peek under the hood at some compelling simulation technology, guided by Damian Chaika from the developer. Meanwhile, our blog continues to grow. Hey, are you doing something cool with Wwise that everyone should know about? We have developers who are surfacing their experience, sharing that knowledge with the community, and helping everyone grow in interactive audio as they continue to reach for their audio visions with Wwise. So check out our Audiokinetic blog. It's an incredible resource to get an understanding of how folks are doing things at runtime with audio. Speaking of that, in the community, we've got some folks who are doing things in a different way. We've got a couple of interesting resources from RJ Mattingly. He's got a demonstration of something he calls the Wwise offline tests, a tool to allow you to define and enforce rules about how content should be set up within a Wwise project. So jump over and check out Wwise tests, as well as an illustration of sample accurate weapon audio. So a couple of great resources over at RJ's blog. I've worked with RJ in the past, and he really is a thought leader out there, coming up with new ways to streamline workflows and really out there trying to help developers towards their goals at runtime. Meanwhile, a couple of these I've had in the backlog for some time to surface. Victoria Rudkina has created a kitty engine in Wwise, and this is just a blend container of cat purring. You have to see and hear it to believe it. It was such a creative application of blend tracks in Wwise that I wanted to surface it here to the community. So thanks, Victoria, for putting together the kitty engine in Wwise. Meanwhile, we've got another team that has surfaced a method for spatial audio object clustering. This is similar to our 3D audio bed mixer, but they've taken a different approach and created a Git repo of their solution for this. So if that's something that you're interested in digging deeper into, grab that QR code, jump off, and take a look at what they've done. which is going to lead me swiftly into today's Wise Developer Spotlight. I'm going to welcome Matt Pirog to the live stream today. Matt, how's it going?
Damien, how are you?
I am great. So good to be here with you. Thanks for hanging in the wings. Give us a little introduction. Tell us about where you've been, how you got here, and what's up.
Okay, well, thank you so much for having us. Welcome to my humble office in Troy, New York, upstate New York. I am Matt Pirog. I am one of the audio leads here at Velen Studios, and we make all kinds of fun and all kinds of wonderful stuff. So we really appreciate you giving me the chance to talk about Midnight Murder Club today. And
Yeah. You got an action-packed presentation. We're gonna go hands-on with the game. Some of your coworkers queued up to help you illustrate some of the finer points, I imagine. But meanwhile, what's your role there? And tell us a little bit more about how you have grown alongside the production from the moment you stepped into that role.
Well, I mean, I'm as long as I've been in the industry, or how long, or you mean more game specific?
Game specific, and shade in the background a little bit as well.
Okay, great. Well, so Velen Studios started and owned by the Bala brothers, Karthik and Guha Bala. And they wanted to start. They were originally the founders of Vicarious Visions, which was an Activision studio.
Great.
Which is where I got my start on the Guitar Hero, on the Guitar Hero franchises. And from there, they've moved on after much success at Activision. They've moved on to start a new company, I think in 2016. And in 2018 is when I joined. I was the first audio designer here, and we've made Knockout City, a game. We've made Mario Kart Live, which is offshoot of Mario Kart franchise. We made a bunch of other cool stuffs, and one of the things we were excited about doing was this Midnight Murder Club game, which just came out of nowhere, but kind of came from somewhere. Was our game director Eric Fierstein's baby for a little, his pet project for a little while, and the stage was set for us to get this thing done, and it was a wild ride.
Great. And so you've been with them since 2018, shepherding audio across all of the different facets. And in your history, were you coming from Vicarious Visions, and before that, I guess, did you do some linear, or has it been game audio from day one for you?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm a lifelong musician. That was my, I'm a guitar player. I was a guitar instructor, school, music school, that whole thing. And, out of the blue, because Vicarious Visions was working on Guitar Hero, there was a call for maybe local people, maybe not, that would be good candidates to note track for the guitar, the gem highways and whatnot.
Yeah.
This person knew this person, gave me a call, and I had heard of Guitar Hero because all my students at the time, a lot of my students wanted to learn AC/DC tunes out of nowhere, and it was because of Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero was bringing this stuff to everybody, and it was great. And then I got the call, hey, but I never had seen the game before, and I got the call from one of our other current leads here at Velen, Justin Joyner, who said, hey, you heard of Guitar Hero? And I was like, yes. He's like, have you seen it? And I was like, yes. And it was a total lie. And I got it up on YouTube as I was talking to him. And
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, right. It's not hard to get the mechanic of that, of that awesome game.
Yeah.
And there was an opportunity for a temp position to note track for some of the Guitar Hero games. And then I think there was a Seinfeld episode like this where they just never told me to leave, so.
Perfect. Perfect.
So that's where I got my start, and through there, I was mentored or had great mentors through Vicarious Visions. Justin himself, Tim Schlee, a bunch of designers, just all this great world talent. And then I just kept learning a little more and more and more and more and more. And it's more controlled than gigs. It's not as loud as gigs, or at least I get to control feedback now, so that's nice. The draw. That's the thing. I'm a control freak. No.
And I don't think so, but you've done some amazing stuff with this game, and it's great to be catching up with you at this moment to talk about it. Let's get the presentation rolling. We can talk more about what is Midnight Murder Club, and then start unpacking the really unique ways that you have brought sound in as part of a gameplay experience, and how you have prioritized the parts of sound that have been developed.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Cool. And folks that are tuning in, please feel free to drop questions in the chat as we're going along. We're happy to weave those into the narrative here as part of the presentation. And keep us posted if you need clarification or want to dig deeper into one of these areas. So Matt, your presentation is up and running. Let's go.
Fantastic. Okay. Here we are, Midnight Murder Club.
Cool.
That's me. As we just went through Bellin Studios. Okay, the vision. Game director Eric Fierstein. This was his game. There's some great stuff. There's plenty of stuff that you can search, or the origins of this game. He had this game worked out. I can't remember when, but it was probably better part of a decade or more ago. And he's the one who really initiated the project. It was during a time of great looking for new ideas in the studio. It was what do we got? Who's got what? Let's see. And that's something that we really need to, I really wanted to acknowledge. And by that, I mean our studio leadership. Nice. Having the courage to go through this, to really look for this, to really take the risk. I think that's something part of the Balas and all the studio leadership signature is, they don't want to fast follow necessarily. They want to make magic, and their philosophy is something that is trickled down to all of us, and we're just incredibly fortunate. And and all the other names I'm not going to remember, like David Nathaniels and Nick Roop and David Pokris and all of our people that are supporting this effort for us. We're extremely fortunate, especially in today. So this project kind of stemmed from the idea of we need something quick to market. Things are just getting really expensive and really kind of out of control. And let's get more shots on goal and see what happens out there. So I think Eric saw that and was like, this is, here's an idea, and he's got tons of them. So it's like, this one was like, all right, let's see what we can get done with this one. Or let's investigate it. Let's see what happens. So the next thing, Karthik, voila. Okay, this is going to need sound, Just why is there any advanced features that we haven't used yet? Everything that we've done has either been outside or and of course the answer is why, yes, it does, right? So from there, it was okay. It was quick to market. let's get how many features, and I'm talking about, rooms and portals and reflect and object audio, all this stuff that I have yet to get, that we haven't gotten to yet, that we're super excited to get through. And at that point, it was okay. It was an extremely short dev cycle. It was probably, I don't know, is it 5 months, 4 or 5 months? And at that point, we almost started to panic when it was like, how are we going to learn all this stuff this quickly? How are we going to get all this stuff, how are we going to get all this stuff learned? How are we going to get it in game? So that's where I need to seriously call out Audiokinetic's own Simon Poirier. He's always been there. I think he's our rep / wise expert / all things wise for me. He's been my contact, and it's just been awesome. So he deserves being called out. Excellent. For plus he likes pointy headstock guitars, and so I can appreciate that. That is not a pointy headstock guitar, but anyway.
But you still get along.
Yeah. But Max was the one who was like, okay, check out the audio lab. Everything's cool. Like, here's the thing, calm down, everything's fine. Start with rooms and portals. I was kind of keeping all these things together as one giant thing. He was compartmentalizing them for us and said, start here. Let's see what we can do. And so we got off, we were off to the races. So it's also,
the game has so many, opportunities to leverage it. Like, it's one thing to want to use these features. It's another thing to have a game that can use them, right? And I know we're going to dig deeper into that.
Oh, for sure. There's so many ideas. This kind of game, as we'll get into, it's just like we're not short on ideas of what we could do with gameplay. Stuff to excite the player, stuff to, and audio is a huge part of it. Cool. And then last on this page, I'd like to call out Ben Seaman. He was the engineer who was with me at the time that took that meeting with Max. He was the guy that took the first steps, into integrating some of these things. And, that was super important for the development of this project.
Nice. Gotta have an engineer.
Right, you gotta have many.
Totally.
Right. So anyway, for the people who don't know what it is, Midnight Murder Club 6-player shooter online or with bots, and you are set in a pitch black mansion, right? Yeah. So you can already think like, this is an audio dream job, but I can't resist. I mean, or is it a nightmare? Sorry, it's the worst thing ever, but it's not without its challenges. Let's just put it that way, and heartbreaks, and it's just like all, a lot of things in games. Just one day you feel like a genius, the next day you feel like a failure. It's why we do this, right?
The roller coaster.
Anyway. So in this mansion, you're armed with a revolver and flashlight. So of course there is light, but it's a liability when you use it. It's making yourself visible, but also helping you to get around. And we have lots of game modes. There's free for all, deathmatch, team deathmatch, thief in the night, which is this cool thing with the vault. You got to find these. These totems and deposit them in the vault. Headhunters, wild cards. This is a bunch of zany modifiers and cool stuff. And then graveyard shift, which is a co-op mode, cool. Which is I think you can do it single player as well. And it's just it's pretty evil and pretty scary and pretty challenging. And it's been fantastic.
Sounds like a good time. Yeah.
So where do we begin? Okay, before voice chat, as we're beginning this, the big idea we're in the dark. We can be in black. how are we going to use audio to help us traverse this mansion if you're in pitch black?
Yeah.
So we're going to start with footsteps. We're going to start with collision systems. We're going to try to develop as much as we can to identify all the things around you, that are more than ambient objects, room tones that you may not be able to pay attention to, that might be obscured by, action and whatnot. And so maybe this is a good time to show maybe some gameplay.
Yeah. Well, and again, I love how you're, for us, building from these foundation elements, right? Like footsteps in a game where you're supposed to be finding other players. These are the perfect tip off, or, having to navigate through the world in darkness. Just fundamentals that help shape the experience. So,
Yep, it's a great place to start, and it's something that every game really needs on some level, correct? But
okay, so we've got the game on the left. We've got Wwise in the background, along with the audio object 3D viewer there.
Yep.
And you must have your Windows configured for spatial sound.
Oh, do you hear it? Yes.
Yeah.
Are you hearing a?
I got the soundtrack in the background, sounding good.
Okay, excellent. We may have to step back into this game. Oh, we got people there.
Right. Let's go.
Oh. Guess we're playing.
You don't have to play. We don't have to play just yet. I'm going to show. I want to show up a couple things real quick. All right. You guys behave while I'm showing something, please.
It's nice to have.
Since you asked nicely.
Oh, what are those?
Got some warnings. We're looking at a debug build here as well, so it's nice to see the developer perspective on this.
Oh yeah. Well, hopefully we can. As soon as this settles, we should be able to clear this out.
Cool.
One moment, please. Yeah, if this is not behaving, this may take a moment.
That's cool. Again, it's rare for us to be able to get a peek behind the developer curtain to see some of the debug that you have wired in. So nice to get that perspective. Of course, we've got the Wwise profiler working in the background. We're looking at the voice monitor tick along, keeping track of sounds that are happening on the game side.
Okay, I gotta start.
Right.
Okay, entering the mansion. This will take a moment, but yeah, what I want to show is some of the first approach. The pre-voice chat approach to our traversal systems, and how we're going to approach getting around the mansion in darkness. What kinds of things that we're going to try to solve.
Great.
Okay, so that looks a little bit better. Okay, so what I wanted to show was we got footsteps. These are 2D. It's our collision system. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to turn the lights on. Whoops. What do you know? So if you're looking in the 3D viewer, a big thing that we're trying to accomplish is anything that you bump into, you should be able to identify. So if you were in this room, you wanted to traverse a room with all the lights off, then you're going to be able to get this 3D view, or this this audio spatialized view of what you're bumping into.
Great.
Let's continue to go. So even like behind you, and we've also attempted to wall rub. So I'm going to go out into the. Are you hearing?
Yeah.
Audio come through? Great. Okay. So in complete darkness, if I'm rubbing up against this wall, I want to hear myself rubbing up against it. And if I'm not talking, you'll hear, rock rubbing on rock. No, humans don't sound like that when they rub on rock, but it's identifiable,
That's great.
as well as rubbing up against leaves and whatnot. But the idea being here is you're going to be able to feel it on whatever side you're bumping into. So if I turn the lights back off again,
Yep.
and I turn my flashlight off,
Oh yeah.
I'm still I can walk forward and then kind of using my sound, get an idea of if it's in front of me, if it's inside of me. Can I rub up against the wall and then maybe eventually rub into a door?
The key being that as long as your flashlight is on, you are detectable by other players, and so it behooves you to find your way through the level without the flashlight, and these audio identifiers give you that ability.
Exactly.
Nice.
So with that, footsteps themselves, we're doing all, as many material types as we can. And our grass and our wood and our marble and our carpets and all the things.
Nice.
There's lots of carpet. There's lots of carpet in here. So also give you, an idea of what's going on. And another strategy a lot of people will use, especially like at a hallway like this, you're going to enter the hallway, maybe take a look at what's going on, and then proceed to just move forward and find your way. Another part of this and trying to tune the experience is if you sprint, your player's going to get out of breath, and they're going to start to.
Oh yeah, nice.
So another way of just kind of more like tuning in regard to, you have an advantage if you're moving fast. We're trying to even that out a little bit. You're making more noise when you're sprinting. And then what we also did was it takes a little bit. If you sprint for a really long time, your pants will become out of rhythm with your running. If you're jogging, if you're doing,
Yeah.
run, it should be in rhythm with your footsteps, and then as the more you go, it's going to get louder, it's going to get out of rhythm and more obnoxious, and all the extra little mouth noises and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Well, and Matt, to be clear, like, other players can hear this. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yes.
you're giving it away if you're sprinting all the time. Your movement falls out of sync. They know that you're tired. They know that you're making hella racket, and so they know where you are in those moments.
Yeah. And it helps. It helps what I would call like naked footsteps. It's like, you ever design footsteps, a bane of my existence, but it's what seems like it's just so much harder than what seems like the easiest thing in the world. It's just not, but at least for me,
Right.
But this is certainly this game brings out a whole lot of a lot of the areas that I haven't touched before as a developer, and so there's a lot of tough love and learnings in this project for sure. But in regard to like Naked Footsteps, it's like, oh, I hear footsteps. I don't hear anything else. I don't hear Foley. I don't hear the other things. I don't hear the world reacting to the footsteps. So in my mind, I'm imagining Rayman run around, like just two little feet attached to nothing. You know what I mean?
Great.
So so the breath helps that a little bit. Depending on what character you are, it looks like I've got the reporter. There's going to be some lighter Foley than the quarterback that's wearing leather, and then the unique footstep types.
Yeah.
So, and in line with the title of the presentation, like priority share for footsteps. Well, you notice, I mean, it's an indie game. It's an indie game. We're trying to get this stuff out the door. What happens is everybody has the same footfall rate in animations. So when people are running together, you tend to get a lot of the same flammy, everybody's sprinting or walking at the same rate. So to get this thing started, I had different content for sprinting versus walking versus crouch crouch sneaking. I think I saw the Wise up on air. Was it takes two.
Yeah.
Talked about he had some sequence containers or some just different containers versus left, right, less light, and with really tight. And that worked so cool. I did that. I didn't get to do that on everybody just because time ran out.
Yep.
And it didn't seem so different that it was a terrible thing. Oh, I gotta do a thing in here.
Well, and I love the amplified learning you're just calling out there with the Hazelight folks in Split Fiction. It's like we are all learning from each other, bringing these ideas back to our own project, and that's what it's all about.
For sure. You have to forgive this. We're going to have a little stinger countdown here that's going to go away. Okay, we're still alive. That would be end game, but I stopped the timer, so we're good.
Nice.
So I'm going to actually turn the lights back on quick if you don't mind. And in playtesting, I've never turned these lights on. Never once. I play fair. But I am kind of one of the worst players in the company. But anyway, so it's something else you'll notice here. So I had all these plans, these grand plans for all these footsteps, and but what you'll notice is even and there's an analog on the stick. I'm playing with a dual sense right now, right?
Yep.
There's an analog, so
you
can sneak, and if you notice when you're walking, even when you sneak, you're still at that same footfall rate.
Got it.
And so this is one of the, again, like a prioritization where it was like I was just losing my mind with with all these different variations and making it. What I ended up going down to was really using an RTPC on player velocity.
Perfect.
And pitch. You show it pitch, and let's find player footsteps.
Yeah, there's your little pitch curve.
Yep.
Volume.
So let's get the game back.
Love me a groovy curve.
Well, sure, groovy, all right. Let's see if I can get that working. So there's our normal walk pace.
Yep.
And you can see that little analog going when I'm sneaking.
Perfect.
And then when you sprint, I'm up to full. And then we got some fun stuff. We got some fun stuff that makes you super fast that, will push it over the edge, really over there.
Right. The power-ups and the abilities.
Yep. And we'll get those out there in a moment. It'll be cool. It'll be pretty fun. So super simple stuff, it became effective way to, at least find our way around. Room tones for every room, not a reality. It was better, we thought, to design. I don't know if you can do this well enough. Are you able to hear the wind at all? And the thunder.
Yeah.
So out here, there's another thing. Our dog, RIP Linus, our lead engineer's dog, made it into the game. And again, another super simple thing. For some reason, when Linus's bark got in there randomly, it grounded the world just so much more than we expected that it would. So hopefully we've immortalized Linus for a little more time. Okay.
Yeah, well, and again, if you're playing without the lights on, these room tones are helping you navigate. And if you played the game a bunch of times, from the way that it sounds, am I outside? Am I in the terrarium or the living room or upstairs? So,
right.
Playing by sound is, again, something that you've taken a lot of consideration into.
Oh, for sure. And, we'll see more as we get some players. We can do a proper demo,
Cool.
And there's a big gotcha here with all this talk I'm doing about footsteps and whatnot right now. But yeah, where does that bring us? So what was next here? Oh, this is, I think, a good time to talk about this was, let's see, where's my presentation? Haptics.
Another feature in the box that let's use that.
Yeah, exactly. And certainly PS5, a big part of the user. I'll get into it, but what I really want to call out is this the stereo rumble business. This is cool Sony DualSense stuff, and I want to call out Rodrigo Rodriguez, Sony.
Nice.
He came in and he came on location and gave us 3 days and was just like this master class in haptics and rumble. And he was so awesome to work with and really impressed. I couldn't sing his praises enough to his bosses. They're getting tired of hearing it. They're like, yeah, we get it. It's great.
And we're longtime friends of Rodrigo over here.
Really?
He and Tyler Hoffman did a presentation at our Audiokinetic Community Theater last year at GDC, talking all about haptics, going deep and hands-on. And so big fans of Rodrigo over here as well.
Awesome. That's so great. That's so great to hear. And yeah, it's something that, let's see if we can get it. We can get that back on. Big haptics thing.
Is he in the chat?
Yes.
Come on.
Is he in the chat?
I don't know. Let's wait for confirmation on that before we jump up and down too much.
Rodrigo.
Amazing. Well, congrats on leveraging that technology. Yeah, he's in the chat. So, Rodrigo, yes! Like, your praises have been sung.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Continue.
Thanks for being here with us today. Yeah. He says, lovely to work with y'all, Matt. So,
it's fantastic.
Tell me more about haptics.
Okay, so the thing that kind of really tied all this together with this space, with this bumping stuff, is being able to feel it on whatever side of the DualSense that you hit it with.
Amazing.
And I got it up there how how we set it up. It's a pan left, pan left and right. And then we used azimuth to listener. So
Amazing.
This 360 view around you, and it just works so good. It works better than the sounds themselves, I think, and it's just such a great marriage,
And that parameterization is just all in the box. It's just you're getting that from the game parameter assign to
totally
yeah. You know where I'm going.
stock. Right in the box.
Cool.
Just such a great thing. And there's so much more that we did with Rumble or Haptics. So what Rodrigo really did. But this was just the thing,
Nice.
And I guess if you're, on PC, well, too bad, you don't get it. I love the idea. We didn't solve this concept, but it's like I love the idea of somehow trying to equalize or trying to balance the competition between keyboard and mouse guys and controller, because they're gonna, keyboard and mouse are just so much faster. It's just you just can't compete with the keyboard and mouse guys.
Sure.
We certainly didn't solve it, but I love that idea. I love that. Someone will, or maybe someone has, but there, I really like that because I'm a controller guy. I'm dating myself here, but baby's first shooter was GoldenEye. So yeah, I'm of that. I'm of that age.
And maybe one day the keyboard and mouse folks will have their little haptics vests on, and you'll get that rubbing up against the wall over here on your shoulder, But for today, that controller experience with haptics on PlayStation sounds awesome.
Oh, it's great. Yeah. And then we did do some experiments with the responsive trigger. Elected not to go with it, but otherwise there are other things that the ambient rumble. Like there are game modes when like this will come up and expose this big vault or whatever, and just being able to feel it, and screen shake and that whole thing, and that's also positional too. So wherever you're facing, it's gonna hit that stereo rumble, and that I just love that so much that I was so thankful that Rodrigo come and give us some Sony magic and
love it.
Bring over some of the magic from Spider-Man and all the other awesome stuff that he's done.
Cool.
So we could go even further, but I'm gonna go. Oh, okay. Let's move. Let's move here.
Okay.
So, like Max had suggested, we did manage to get some bit of a handle on rooms and portals, and that's where he would suggest like start here and see what you can get done. And we did, and it turned out to be a pretty manual process. Because we weren't exposing any geo of the mansion to Wwise yet.
Right.
So, in retrospect, that's something that you really want to do. It solves a lot of manual work later. But this is when things started to really feel like something,
Yep.
And for those who haven't, used this yet, it's like, why is rooms and portals better than an effect zone? And quite simply, it's when you're in an effect zone, you can have your verb and your ambience that you set up in there, but it's only going to happen when you are in there. If you're out of there and you're seeing someone in there, they're making that sound, you're not going to hear it because you aren't in there. So
Because it's only taking the player location to inform the sound of the effect or reverb in that example.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So if you threw something into that big open room, you're not going to hear that verb unless you're in there with it. And that's super useful, but in something like this, which we'll get into in a moment. This is when things started to change a little bit, and we started and we overdid the verbs, and it just needed to be done, too much.
Yeah.
Let's get back in
Okay.
get back in game, and we can
Cool.
show you.
And it's really rooms and portals, not just for reverbs, but also that propagation, filtering through walls or materials, sound bending through the portals. It must have really changed the game, because now you get positionality to these folks that are wandering the mansion with you, and directionality, localization.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna turn on some of our debug. It's a little tough to look at, but it'll be fun.
Guido, good to see you in the chat. Folks, if you have questions, keep them coming. We'll weave it into the presentation here today. So nice to have you riding along. Oh, amazing. Yeah. So we got debug visibility.
Yeah. So we got some debug visibility. We've got, so our doors are green, our rooms are blue, and our windows, which is also these portals here are yellow. So right. So while we're not feeding Geo to Wise, Wise knows you are in this room. Yep. And it knows that whatever's happening in the next room over, it knows that those things are originating from that room.
Yeah.
And it knows that it's not in the room that you are in. That sounds obvious, but there's a difference.
Yeah.
And where I mean by that is, so here's one of the limitations. So here I am in Studio 2, right?
Great.
This will sound crazy. And then I have an enemy in living room 02. That's 2 rooms away. With this particular setup, Wise knows that I'm in Studio 1 and my enemy is in living room 02.
Yep.
But it doesn't know that it's 2 rooms away. It knows that it's not in the room that I'm in at this point. So where the limitation here is and this is because we're not exposing Geo to the game. So so you're going to get all your diffraction angles if I hide behind this wall and something is here. There's all that stuff is getting passed. But what it doesn't know is like 2 doors away, if you know what I mean. Yeah, like there's going to be a certain amount of occlusion based on us closing this door, and we'll demo this when we all play and whatnot.
Sure.
But it doesn't know that it won't sum 2 doors away. Distance is still there,
right?
But so that's where we started. Cool. And it was a great place.
Yeah, I mean, chaining reverbs from room to room is something that we're continuing to push on as we add more and more precision to how we can operate on things that are, let's say a sound in the living room passes through the first library into the second library, picking up reverb along the way. Again, more and more precision to that simulation.
Oh yeah. I mean, and like if you're like, doing experiments, I mean, this is going to be the same verb. It's two different rooms with the same
Yeah,
verb
yeah.
right there. Let's see if I can use, gunshot might get a little loud here. If you're cool with that, let me get rid of those. But like if you can hear that verb,
Oh yeah, that's cool.
and then
Amazing.
you're just in a different space. And then if we're doing it right, we got a nice blend here, and you're going to hear the bigger verb on the left side than the smaller verb.
That's it. Nailed it.
Okay. So other issues we ran into, if you see in this room, we had to split this giant hall into two rooms. So since we're not passing geo here, so we have this balcony. There's nothing to occlude
Aha, yeah.
that balcony.
Right.
So what we ended up doing is creating basically a floor obstruction value.
Yep.
And it was an RTPC, so we fake height. We're running audio objects. If you want to play in Atmos, it's all going to be where it's supposed to be, and that's amazing. And thank God for the handshake.
Yeah.
That Wwise is able to do, because it really just solves a lot of problems with the whole plug and play aspect of it all. So anyway, so we have a floor obstruction value we'll get into that. If something is directly overhead, we're going to be able to I can show you on Footsteps. Where are we? Is it on the top? Yeah, floor obstruction. Okay. So this would be, for example, so like all footsteps are run through this, where and we have this value, and it's based on an angle. So when the angle becomes too great, then it's just going to return itself to the center, because your character's so far away that height difference isn't going to really do anything for your spatial recognition. But so, for example, if you're in a room, I mean, it's just reality, right? If you ever lived in an apartment complex, which I hope to never do again, live on the top floor, because you can hear footsteps from above a hell of a lot more than you can hear them from below.
Right.
Same with body falls, and these are polish items that it's like everybody knows what that sound is. It's actually really quite satisfying when someone's having a gunfight above you, and and it's going down, and then somebody falls. It's like we're familiar with that sound of something falling over above us, and we tried like hell to make that happen. Did we get there? There's version 2 or whatever, or version 2.0, 3.0. Anyway, but so that's where that value comes up. So that's kind of how we tried to helped get through the verticality, the height of the whole thing.
Yep. Yeah, because again, having to author those AK rooms and portals across the mansion, it got you most of the way there when it comes to room tones, reverbs, etc. And then you needed to do a little bit of sweetening for those scenarios that weren't boxes or windows in order to get that realism that you were looking for things that didn't fit in the box. See what I did there?
For sure. And as you can see here,
nice.
In this, let me try to move my person around.
Loving that game object 3D viewer.
Oh, I know. I mean, there's the other profilers alone. Wwise is worth the price of admission.
Beautiful.
That's a lot of information, like
Yeah.
just me walking around. That is, that's a lot to sift through. There's a lot to, I mean, we can try to, text out some stuff, but,
Oh, and then you got the GameSync monitor artwork. These are
Yep.
some of my favorite things.
I mean, even footsteps are just
Yeah.
doing a lot. There's a lot of stuff. So what you can see in there are some test objects, these yellow objects that we have in there. That's us starting to get Geo into the
Cool.
game. And we soon learned there is just a lot more to it, because let's see if I can get closer to where that guy is. Where am I?
This is fantastic seeing behind the screen while you're running around.
Yeah. I still have yet to master the object viewer.
Yeah, we have some new tools in 25.1 to help put different visibility settings within Reach. So I think you're going to dig that when you get there.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So I'm trying to get close to this object.
Sure.
I think that's where. So it's like what you can see. It's maybe a little bit difficult to see. It's just like, oh, we'll just cap off this wall here and make sure that we can get occlusion through this wall. And we did do it, right?
Yeah.
But this piece doesn't know there's a floor there.
Sure.
It's coming. Diffraction stuff is coming from underneath. It's coming from above. And then, we tried to address it, and then it just got too late,
Yep.
And that stuff happens in development cycles as well. There was a Wwise update, or I could be remembering this wrong, but all of a sudden it was just like, oh, it's we can just pass our rooms automatically, and it's going to it's so everything that we are hand writing in with strings in this room, it'll all be automatic, and we're ready to do it. Let's do it. But then, it's never that simple, right? It's like, well, look at this door, right? This door is between rooms. What are we going to do with that? And It was just like, it was just too late.
Yep.
But this is all leaning towards my bigger point for this presentation. But let's go back to where we were. But it was great. A different verb in each room. Another thing that we did was, and again, if I didn't date myself enough with GoldenEye, then I'll date myself with reverbs are heavy. Don't use that many reverbs because they'll just eat up. They just eat up a lot of CPU. They're just, they're rough. So we have a number of verbs in there, mostly convolution verbs.
Yeah.
One of the standard large room, but one tricky thing that was great. We have a state group and we have a switch group for all the rooms, and we I got an EQ. I was EQing one of the metallic rooms, which sounds fantastic, but it just had this, I think it was a B flat or something that it just loved. Or there was a B flat in the footstep that the verb was just grabbing hold of, and it was like, I got to get rid of that, right? So I went and pulled that down, and I just EQ'd the verb for that stairwell, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, you know what? And then we put a state group on that verb and exposed all those values. So any place where any verb is being shared, then we could use one verb and then custom EQ that verb per room. So you get a little more out of it. I mean, I don't, it's certainly not free,
Yeah.
because it's running another instance of that verb, but at least it sounds different. At least it sounds more, it's like, well, why would this be so resonant? There's all this carpet here and that sort of thing. So
amazing. Amazing. So you were doing filter tweaks per room using states so that you could leverage one verb but have it sound differently. Amazing.
Yep.
That's a sweet pro tip. And yes, thanks for demystifying, right? It's like we don't have to limit ourselves to one reverb anymore, right?
Nope. And I mean, it's push it until engineering tells you to stop. I mean, that's just,
famously,
or like a trick,
ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. Can I do that? No. So, whoops.
Oops, I did it.
It's like, you find yourself as the music designer on a game. Stuff it full of waves early on. That way they can't take your space away.
Pro tips. Matt Pirog.
Right.
Got it.
That sounds underhanded. I mean, it's not. It's all about.
You gotta hold your space.
It's about love for the art. That's really what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway. So yeah, that was that. We'll get people in here and we'll start hearing how this stuff really starts to work. But where am I going next? Right. Shot hits and take hits. Let's get back to the wise.
Yeah.
Being the wise. So
back to communication.
Yep. So I hate not hearing that I hit something. I'm gonna solo this out, and I don't like unless you're outside shooting into space. I want to hear that I hit something basically every time. We learned a lot about this on Knockout City, and I haven't been able to let this go. Since then, I've been playing other games. It's like if it's not painfully clear that I hit something,
right,
then it just doesn't feel good. It just doesn't feel good to me. And obviously, there's just decades of pro shooters that just do this so good. Learned a little bit of this. We're at Vicarious. We got to work on a Destiny franchise. Some of the Destiny DLC. And God, it just feels so good. They just, they got it.
Yeah. Well, again, you're communicating.
And that's also where I got my first Wwise chops years and years ago, and it was that. Now I'm being Wwise fanboy, but it's like what? You're looking at it, and then everyone has that moment when you finally discover any container and any other container thing, and you go, oh, right. You're like, now I get it. Now I kind of get it. Like there's mixed desk and all kinds of stuff that I haven't gotten into, but it's just, why is there a lot of fanboys? Does it not? I mean,
folks pull off some amazing sounding experiences with it. So
they sure do.
Yeah.
They sure do. And it's it's rare when you get yourself into a corner that you can't find another way out of, it seems, at least on the design side.
For me, it was always like whenever I'd go looking for the magic button, I'd find it. Oh,
you'd find it, right?
I didn't know it was there, but now that I'm trying to do this thing, of course it's there.
Right. Yeah. And have you ever discovered that moment when you weren't at your console or you weren't at your desk, you're at home and you're like, oh, I know how to do that, just because it's like that's one of the best feelings there is. You feel like I'm like, I'm a genius, and then it goes to and then hopefully it works, because then you get to work, and sometimes it's like, I wasn't thinking of the right thing. Back to reality again. But so shooting stuff, and if gunshots are too loud in here, we got quite a wide dynamic range in this game. So if gunshots are a little bit too loud, I'll just turn them down on the fly. But I just want to talk about hitting stuff. What we attempted to do, because sometimes it's a little hard to hear. In fact, why don't I just do this now? Like, yeah. Restocked here. I'll get the machine gun out. So when I'm hitting, should be hearing rocks, should be hearing wood, I should be hearing carpet, I should be hearing all kinds of things. Plus I kind of overdid the ricochet sound, but I couldn't help it, and I'll turn it down in a maybe.
Yeah, maybe you want to reach for the mute on the weapons container if you can, and we can just hear those impacts. I wouldn't mind that, since we're going deep.
I like it when people say, go for the mute. I wouldn't mind the mute. I like that. Why don't you mute it?
Maybe not the whole thing, okay, but...
Oh, yeah, I will.
Okay,
okay. Let me get this here.
You make it look easy.
Well, that was a wise commercial moment that you just gave me. Because it is easy.
Hey.
Yeah. Where am I? Here. Get back to game. Silly. Where is my game? Let's see.
Excellent.
Hear that?
Effective.
Yeah. And that is without. So, with that, we also have some Easter eggs in here that, well, the hell with it. I'll show it anyway. Look at him. He's probably the one who owns this mansion. If you shoot him, he'll laugh out of nowhere. We're trying to match materials. That metal item dispenser. Oh, this is my little BioShock moment too. Might as well just activate this. This has a lot of toys. We'll show some toys off later, but pull this down. That gives you a toy. I got
nice.
But that's my little ode to BioShock with this Circus of Value. Or am I not supposed to quote other games in this?
You can do it. We're here for it. All in.
Okay, cool.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
So more fun stuff. The metal when you're hitting this metal. Maybe let me reload again. Fun stuff. The dog that was in the back. Linus, Doug's dog, is now at the front gate. If you bump into the door, he's mad because he's gonna argue. Right.
Oh, that's great.
If you shoot the door, he's gonna get really mad at you. Right. So
this is great.
I can't. Maybe you might get this. Joke, but and Keith, who did so much of our voices game, so you should know these. This is a special night.
It's the night that goes knee.
It's the night who says knee. And I wanted them all to say knee, but I got rejected, and that's where I made the mistake of asking for permission. But, come on, a night who says knee, right? That's funny.
Amazing.
So, and there's a little more of that, which is fun. When you get in a fight, it's where it starts to really get fun. Like, so the same with the piano. If you bump.
Oh yeah.
Bump the piano, you're gonna get to hear some bumps. It's kind of a little hard to hear, especially with me talking. But then shoot it, you're gonna get all that. Let me get a machine gun out if I can see. I can't see.
Oh, it's about to get crazy.
Yeah, it's about to get crazy. Let's get the golden machine gun. And we'll get all these toys out and have some fun. But all of that it's just lots of fun. In a fight, it becomes super zany and everything like that. And I have to do this. as a student of music, you know, you gotta get those guys right.
Amazing.
And I did the open string. So not only are we hearing the proper notes from this viola and that violin, these things are in tune too. So yeah.
Of course.
Oh, that also reminds me of these chairs. So like this took me a little while. I had to lobby to get a bench under this piano. Someone put a chair for the piano. I'm like, that's wrong. That's wrong. We're in a mansion. That piano is probably $100,000. No one would put a chair there. That's just not okay.
Audio leading design. Here we go.
Yeah, pretty much. So, and then I'll move on, in a moment. We got some tunes.
Ooh, nice.
This is some Library of Congress stuff. So
was that triggered when you walked in the door? Or was it playing
Nope.
already? And when the door opened, we finally heard it.
Nope, it's playing. We finally heard it. Maybe we can get.
Cool. Yeah. It's transmission loss when you're around the corner and diffraction.
Yep. So you can get that diffraction angle really well.
Brilliant. Yep.
And then, of course, when you shut the door,
Yes.
you know what I mean?
Totally.
It's just a good little tune too, So
Can you shoot it?
you can shoot it. It does not interact.
Indestructible radio.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what an opportunity. Justin Candeloro and I were just about to get it, but it's just one of the, it's one of those things at the end where it's just
fine.
like, but hitting the, table with dishes.
Oh yeah.
Depending on how hard, it's like setting up a switch group, some values you bump it, it's gonna just rumble the silverware.
Yep.
Like if your dad isn't that mad at the dinner table, you're just gonna hear that. But if he's really mad, you're not gonna hear plates rumble and stuff because, yeah. I mean, my dad didn't do that. Yeah.
That's detail.
Yeah. Another thing about this, it's almost kind of like hard to explain. So I'll just tread on this lightly. So we have like this kind of geostructure. We have this staircase with these wide open. You can see it. This was one room. This staircase.
Yep.
And maybe it'd be easier if I just turn this off for a moment. You can see what we're looking at here. This room with the lights on.
Oh yeah.
This was all just one room, and without exposing geo again, this is really hard to deal with because if you can imagine this, and I will say this wrong. So it's one room out there. There's the kitchen. There's this staircase, and then there's another room. So there's three rooms right in a row.
Yep.
So the way sound travels when it knows that the rooms are different, but it doesn't know that it has these things to get around.
Yep.
So in effect, a sound that happens in this lower floor, and then the listener up on the floor above it, that's really a straight line. It's not. It doesn't know to get a diffraction angle.
Yep.
So I faked it by getting around, I created two rooms, and don't ask me why this works the way that I did, but I ended up using all of these portals. So
Sure.
to get from one portal to another portal kind of got me what I needed it to do.
Amazing.
Or at least kind of like fade away.
Yep.
As I walked up the stairs, and we have a few structures like that. So, my advice to, I mean, if we had to do this again, and I hope to do something like this again that needs all this super cool tech. You got to think about sound from the beginning, you know, and
Yep.
and really sync up with your level, your level people, and you know, your level artists, and think about it.
Yep.
You know, because this stuff was a challenge. We have a lot of windows too.
Yep. I'll throw another one though at that solution,
Please.
and that's use what you have. I mean,
Yeah.
you took what was there, you found a creative way to get the result that you wanted from, linking portals through time. And hey, if you couldn't have done that, harder, but you found a way through it, and that's what it takes sometimes.
That's a great positive spin. I mean, I appreciate that. I mean, I got to imagine even on like the most AAA games, it's still the same. It's still the same concepts. You can't have everything you want. There's still duct tape here and there, and you know,
smoke and mirrors. Yep.
Yeah. You know, and it's also, you know, the fun of it too. You know, part of it anyway. So. Yeah. So
amazing.
Leading up next.
Don't forget we've got muted weapon sounds.
That's right. That won't go for long. Okay. So here was our big aha moment with this game.
Yeah.
And that's when we got proximity chat working.
Cool.
And I have to admit that I didn't want it. I didn't want game chat. I didn't want chaos. I didn't want, oh, you're just gonna make it harder for me to mix this game. You know, you're just gonna turn it into, you know, the weakest link is now the worst microphone that can get plugged into a computer, you know.
Right.
And Corey McWilliams, one of our just brilliant engineer, who I'm afraid of.
Because he's so smart.
Yeah, we got a number of those guys here, you know. So we had a smart person. He just set it up. He just made it work.
Nice.
VoIP through Wise. We were gonna do it through I don't know, we were gonna do it a different way, but then we just determined, you know, it was all pretty clear to engineering on the team, leadership, Eric. It was just like, well, we'll put it through Wise. That way it can take advantage of the verbs, you know, and it can work in game, and we can do what we do and have it be part of the whole thing. And that's when this game totally changed.
Yeah.
For what it is.
Yep.
Maybe long-winded with my my footsteps and collision and whatnot, but like these and this is another good conversation, but these layers of detail with these things just completely got erased by how players started to play. Nice. Once proximity chat got in place.
Yeah. Yeah, and because it's in Wise, you're able to use all of the same stuff that we're talking about across other systems. You know, the rooms and portals, the diffraction transmission, the reverbs that you set up, all that. And I'm guessing you're going to take this even further with some of those toys that you have as well.
Toys. Yeah.
But no spoilers there. And really, you know, making voice part of the world, well, that's the dream, isn't it? Because now you're in context and you're part of the world, and the players are part of the world, not outside of it.
100%. And it just became like just hearing your talkative teammates walking through the mansion, you know, hearing that verb from over there was just it was magic. I mean, cool. I guess I just haven't played enough games where that was the thing,
right?
But it just worked so well that you know, we should really hear it. I should see if I should see if my teammates are available because I'm just gonna keep talking and talking and talking. What, anybody? Do I have people?
Oh, hello.
Hello?
Hello, hello.
Who's that? Who's there?
Well, we have a Heath. Heath is here.
Mm-hmm.
We have a Matt Pirog.
We have a Heath is here.
Brandon.
Oh, here we go. Well, you're telling me your
Amazing.
real names. I wanted your MC names.
Not a. Yeah, that's that. I know it was the one you were asking.
No, of course. You know, give us, yeah. You want to jump into the mansion and do some voice chat and do some zany stuff?
Yeah, get zany.
Let's do it.
Okay,
Let's go.
I'm gonna pick free for all. And yeah, we are live. And I'm gonna do some mixing. So if you see me, well, you won't know who I am. Just do what you do, you evil people.
I'll shoot you.
Yeah,
I got you.
Oh my god.
Remember, you invited us.
Yeah, well, yeah, I sure did. So you hear that card flip? It was magical. It was just award worthy. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we are. I'm gonna turn the lights off and let me get back to Wise. What am I doing?
Heath, I hear you.
Oh, we can screen peek.
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, great. That's great. Yeah, thanks a lot. All right, say words.
Whoa!
Dead. I'm the greatest.
Dead.
Break the cycle.
All right, who's in the main hall?
No one's in the main hall. I don't know what you're speaking of.
All right, come into the main hall. I'm standing over here by the vault. Don't shoot me. I want to demo some stuff. Easy. I'd like to demo some stuff.
Okay, you demo.
No, you guys come in here and talk, please, and play each other, not me. I'm gonna stand over by the front door. That was against what I just, yeah, thanks. That's great.
I didn't hit you.
I hit you.
Oh my God.
Coworkers are the best.
Yeah, they sure are. Uh-oh. Whoa.
Don't worry, I protect. And I also attack.
Okay. You know what I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna spawn a bunch of toys. You guys pick up whatever you want and just go nuts. Let's hear some stuff. Gonna get chaos in here, but
Ooh, falling chandelier is always a good one.
Some
I like
mannequins.
that.
Whoa.
That's my best friend right there. This guy right here, he's my best friend.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and the delay on the death sound.
yeah. Oh, I forgot this.
I didn't know we were actually fighting. I wanted a truce.
All right, here's a mannequin. He's fake. There we go.
Oh no.
You do realize you called a truce and then gunned down your.
I know.
Friends, yeah.
I'm that guy. Oh, look at that. Uh-oh.
Hello.
Oh,
I have come to show you.
keep talking. Wait, keep.
Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Don't mind me. I'm just exploring the real estate, checking out the structure. Oh, someone's up here.
No,
Hello.
no,
Hello.
no, I'm good on that.
Fair play. Fair play.
So what we want to show, we have a lot of voice modifiers on the game. We have on the voice chat. While drink shot, you get the little voice. Big head, you get the big voice. When you're the demon character, you get the demon voice. And something that was really interesting. So you don't hear your own voice coming through the game. We tried and tried and tried. Like, how cool would that be to be able to walk into a big room and be like, echo, and then have that work. But it's just not quick enough. It's you hear that delay, like when you're talking on the phone with somebody and you can hear your own voice. It's really it's not cool, so. But the fun part about that is it's so funny when people so they can't hear their voice, they can't hear the voice modifiers, but if they know that the thing is on them, they play into it so hard, and it's such a riot.
That's fantastic.
See if I can find what I want to hopefully what I can try to demo here is another magical part of this game is when there's a firefight going on away from you and hearing it all occluded and all properly above or below you is really, really exciting. If I can pop up. Uh-oh. Yeah, hi. Hi there.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Having a good talk?
Oh, okay. Here's down.
Alright.
Alright, so
There can only be one.
I'm gonna go. Jamie, is there anything else or anything you want to hear in here? Because we're just gonna get chaotic and
I mean, the chaos rules, and I think that's the subtext of this whole thing is that you planned so hard, and then when it all pops off, it just works. So nicely done.
Well, we hope. We hope. I think I'm gonna let's see back out. How do we get shrink? Let's just try a little bit more if you don't mind humoring us just a little more. Who can hear me?
I can hear you.
Can we do a wild card match?
Yeah.
If we just quit out, will we all still be in the
We'll just search again if needed.
just lobby or something? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, Keith. We're gonna research.
Research?
We're gonna do a wild card match if that's cool.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay, so wild cards, a bunch of modifiers. This is where stuff gets really, really zany and crazy, and it's stuff that, all the stuff that I really didn't want to do. That made a fool out of me, because it's fun, Remember, I didn't want to do voice chat. It's probably the most fun part of the game, Oh, we got to show Scrambler.
Okay, so you've got a bunch of cards. Nice.
Yep, bunch of cards that we can shoot. Let's see. No party
that's a
room.
good
No. Maybe fire trap. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Let's say big head, so give it another good one. Big headshot right there.
Well, I want to, but that'll argue with
There's a trick shot.
drink shot, right?
They'll work together. You just won't have normal voice anymore.
Okay. Oh, too late. Anyway, another huge feature that I wanted to call out was our voice, because are we on team?
Yep.
Okay. So with voice chat can come a lot of chat you might not want to hear. It can get to a place where you don't want it to go. Maybe you do want it to go there, but you want to play with their kids. It's
Yeah.
So okay, great. Yeah.
I think
Okay,
pineapple
yeah,
does
that's
not
great.
belong on
Yeah.
pizza.
You guys better be very,
Oh my God.
very scared of us. Hello?
Oh my God, pitter pat away from me. All right.
Can I help you find something? I have a better line of sight.
Oh my God. So yeah. So anyway.
Hello?
Life is a stage.
So anyway, with our voice scrambler, okay, you little people, I'm gonna try to scramble some voices. So who's who here? Okay,
Keith and Ryle.
Meryl and Minerva. I can't see. Sorry. And I'm gonna scramble their voices. I think I can.
Great.
Did I get it done? So what's coming in is their voice, but we're taking a chunk of the input and reversing it. And it doesn't sound good, but you can tell that it's a human voice, so it's going to retain all of the human up and down and emotion. You might be able to tell when they're laughing. Yeah, like what? Yeah. That could have been a terrible word that he said, and oh my God.
Start listing all the bad words you know.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Okay.
Absolutely not.
So we went back and forth with this one a lot because it's. I mean, I could have done this. We talked about this as an audio team. I think Etienne brought this up as well. Oh, now I'm small. That's great. Yeah, that's great. So now they're hearing my voice. Very, yeah. Okay. Be happy.
Very entertaining.
Okay, so what we
Thank
think
you,
is
cheerleader.
I'm closing them off. I'm just walking away now. You can on signal threshold. You can play a wave. You can play chicken squawk. You can play a baby crying, and make the toxic person in chat sound like a fool. But then I don't know. We still want to retain that. A little bit of a volume threshold and real
Expression of things, yeah.
humanness.
Yeah.
And so, hey, knock it off. Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna have to get out of here. You know what I'm gonna do though? Sorry, I'm gonna cheat. Sorry. Apologies, Dane. This is their fault and not mine. Let me get.
You do what you have to do. I mean,
All right, you kids, yeah. Take that. Oh, right through the flames. That was like Terminator. Okay. Oh. Okay, so they're giving me exactly
Exactly what you deserve, yeah.
they give me exactly what I asked for. Okay. You guys are lovely. I love all of you. Thank you for helping me out. I'm going to leave this. Yep.
Uh-huh. Perfect.
Okay. So back to a little normal. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you for humoring all that. So hopefully that showed some of the proximity, but the I guess, yeah, like with the title of the talk today is just like the priorities part of it all. It's like a deep chat, certainly with audio and details or whatever. It's like we didn't say goodbye to all of the details that we put into traversal systems and thought and all of that stuff. We wanted to retain that stuff. But the reality of it is when you watch people's play patterns, you're going to learn what the game really is. And you're going to, I have to admit, I fought it a little, but then it's just proof when you play it. It's just so ridiculous.
The joy,
yeah. And then, so there are just two other, put concepts with that as well as, the juxtaposition of horror and zany. If the whole thing was zany, it's not gonna. You need the horror part. I need the blood curdling screams and the burning alive and the actual boiling of the skin sounds and like the reality of it. That juxtaposed with the zaniness of it is kind of what makes it just helps it work a little bit.
Sure. Balance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then a balance as well as I'd love to talk about this with audio people. It's like, do we just by design put in too much detail in game? I mean, it's never too much. It's never too much for any audio designer I've ever met. They want to detail the world, and I don't think that's wrong. In a discipline where you may learn you're doing a good job because no one says anything at all.
Right.
Then certainly the devils are in the details, right?
And I think that you're onto something there because the idea is we put all that detail in there because in the quiet moments, that's what helps sell the experience. And then you count on dynamic mixing or, proximity chat, these techniques that balance the mix interactively to expose the detail when it's the right time and get that detail out of the way when the focus is somewhere else, when the priority is, okay, I can hear the person in the other room talking, I'm going to go there, right?
Yeah, exactly. And, hopefully we got the job done that way. As much chaos as there is in the game, it's still kind of a smaller, it's kind of a bite-sized experience too. So I got lucky with things kind of behaving on their own and like minimal priority work, pretty standard ducking of this and that, and in a modest amount of ducking drivers.
Sure. And
this ducks that, and and always being able to, if you're running alongside an enemy, you're gonna their footsteps are gonna be, they're gonna take priority over yours, so you know where the enemy is. We did our things. Remember, I think it was the 2016, the Overwatch threats GDC talk that we've all seen.
A game you play by sound.
Yeah, exactly. And like, it's like, that's that certainly, resonated with me forever. It's just like, I have to do that one way or the other in every game. And we did the poor man's version of it in this game. Same with knockouts.
Yeah,
exactly. Am I hearing what I'm hitting? Am I, so, but, otherwise, it's really tough to beat that, that gameplay footage. But,
I mean, you covered it so well in there, and thanks to your coworkers for making it fun. They were great sports on that.
So
I love it. Like, you set out in this presentation to cover, hey, let me try all these things that are in the box. Let me try working with this in a way that I haven't before. And on each of these things really showed both your mastery of it for this game, as well as just how well this game was suited to leveraging these real-time things. Like, just really great applications of all of these techniques that you reach for. A game can have them all, right? But it takes prioritization to determine which ones you're going to go in for.
Well, I appreciate that. I think you're being really too kind there, because a lot of luck just kind of happens when you throw this stuff together. Does it work or not? And hopefully it works.
Yeah.
And hopefully people have fun. It's taste. It's and it's a team effort. I sound like the sports guy at the end of the game. We really came together at the end for this down the stretch, and but it's true. It's humbling. It's like I said, you feel pretty good about yourself one day. Next day, you feel like not so good. Let's just put it that way.
It's an ebb and flow.
It certainly is.
So it's out there right now across platforms. We know that you got a few slides. You want to still wrap up with a couple things, or are you
we were kind of there. Are we is it just me and you on screen?
I'll shift back to the presentation if you want to go there.
We can do that. It's really
parting thoughts. Let's go.
Yep. Stuff we were just let me just get us out of there. This is kind of what we were just speaking to.
Yep.
This kind of contrast is more to the style of what we were going for. Hopefully we kind of pulled that off where we for the fun part of it. Yep, the Scrambler. Oh, here's the code if anybody wants to investigate the voice Scrambler code, or like pause on this screen, or just reach out and we'll find a way to get you cool stuff. Because I don't know. It just worked out great for us. It's an easy way to get rid of some toxic players.
Yep. And I love the thought that went into that, right? Like, how do we put some affordances in here for folks to be able to make that decision around voice? And that was an elegant solution.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, credit to Corey and Doug and Eric and all that put the thought into it, because as you can imagine, put this game out in alpha, and it's not going to take long before you find a troll. You know what I mean? Where it's and a lot of that can be funny, and then that just crosses that line, and it's just like, oh, this is a problem. Totally. We have to address this. This is not cool. So this was just more style stuff. I did do some writing, and I thought this was pretty neato, but we kind of already covered this.
Yeah, great.
And then just additionals, our game parameter list, sort of our material types, and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. I just wanted a quick mention with our material types. I mean, we wanted material for the entire game, for everything in there. There's a lot of shared stuff, like
Yeah.
glass with picture frames and all that kind of stuff. And then these special categories that enabled us to. I can have 3 unique items in a room because in each individual room, because I can run this material type switch into the room switch.
Yes.
Or room state or whatever, and then
Right.
now I got a switch and a switch, and
Oh, that's a smart way to do it. So then you don't have to
Yeah.
just endlessly pile up switches for unique things. You just say, okay, in this room, this thing is this, and run with it.
yeah,
Flag
Yep.
it as
Yep.
special 1, 2, or 3.
exactly. We do that a lot, and sometimes Doug and I would get it would be funny, like how deep can we go? I think in knockouts, I think we had 5, like a switch and a switch and a switch, and that can get. Now I'm really dating myself. You remember super old Batman, live action Batman from the 70s?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Looking at Wise, because it's gray, and you've done a lot of things. When you guys finally got dark mode, you've done a lot of things. But looking at Wise, if you don't put these colors in, it's going to start to go. It's going to look like Penguin's umbrella there.
Been there.
Right,
Yep.
right. So so appreciate that stuff. The colors really go quite far away. However, the new Wise, it's blue. Select is all blue.
Okay, okay.
It'd be fun if you guys could make that any color,
Contextual
right?
colors, or you just need something other than blue.
Yeah, no, I'm used to it now, but it's great. The quality of life improvements are just fantastic.
Great to
All this
hear.
exciting.
Cool.
Yep. And then just super quick, random seed. We couldn't get random seed to really work for us. It had something to do with how we are calling things from the server. So you can trick random seed. You can make a switch group, like you can see
Okay.
here. We need
Yep.
there's a bunch of VO or some sounds that were really kind of, it was toilet humor. Let's just put it that way. And we wanted everyone to hear exactly the same sound. So we ended up just making a giant switch group out of it, getting a parameter, calling it random seed, segmenting it up all that far. It's a little manual, but that takes a minute. Really.
Sure.
And then have code call the randomness as a switch group rather than trying to force random seed to work.
I see.
And yep. Yeah, well, covered a lot of this stuff.
That's an elegant solution. Works.
It works.
Yeah.
Again, you can get yourself out of corners, but
Yeah.
Lessons learned. We just, we kind of hit all this stuff so we can go. There's a lot of stuff,
Nice.
For me in a place like this, watch out for windows that aren't obstructed. If you have too many windows, sound is going straight through there. And with a door with 2 windows right next to it, that sound's coming through, and it's going to sound like there's not even a wall there. So there's more you can do with focus and spread and those kinds of things to help that out. But too many windows was a big deal for us, or for me rather.
Yeah.
When you make 2 floors in a game, make space between the ceiling of the first floor and the floor of the second floor. Ours is right up next to each other, and it caused harm. No, I'm just kidding. It's just something to remember. Closing thoughts.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting us do this and let me ramble on and show some passion, some ridiculousness for this crazy game. It's fun. If people aren't having fun, what's the point? And you gotta have fun when you're doing it too.
Judging by your coworkers in game, y'all are having a good time. So
we're having a good time. We have our stress coming too, but
yeah.
but thank you so much. I forgot a million things, but I'm gonna
We got there. We got
I'm
there,
gonna let
man.
you. Yeah, I'm gonna let you have your afternoon or the
Well,
but
it's been the perfect tour of this experience that you've helped craft with sound. Good to see folks sticking with us through that, having a great time. So yeah, I agree that when you're having a good time, you're doing it right. So thanks for taking us on that tour.
awesome.
Again, a gift to see behind the screen into some of that debug, having your hands in the Wwise project, just a ton of great, systems that you built to pull off this real-time multiplayer experience. Sound, we love it. That's why we're here.
Oh, well, thank you. It's simple but effective. I hope so.
That's it. Cool.
Anyway,
All right, Matt, thanks so much for coming today. Folks, thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you here on Wwise Up on Air next time. Keep them tuned. Take care. See you soon.